I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome everyone. First item of business here, approval of the December 7th business session minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Next up, approval of the bills list. You had a chance to review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, committee reports. Start with admin and finance. Everything continues to look good. ARPA still at 565,000. Combat fund is at 80,000. Chief, are we still paying the SRO out of the combat money?
Yeah.
So it looks like we should still be good there.
I submitted the fall, you have to send it in for us to send us the money, so
Okay.
that's already been submitted.
Cool. Thank you. The one thing I do want to make everyone aware of, we approved last one to make the extra payment on the building, and we can't do that until January 2nd. There is a $500 prepayment penalty. We're 6 months early. But when you look at the interest expense, especially when you compound it over, it more than offsets the $500. But we just so you know, if you're looking at the balances the same way, is that not paid yet? That's why, because we had to wait till January 2nd to pay it.
That'll teach you to get past that interest money.
Otherwise, street funds at 143, water sewers is 77,000, general fund is 27,000 some change. Total of all accounts is 1,593,000. Next up, public health and safety.
You may have noticed around town that we have quite a bit of traffic enforcement picked up. You may not, if you haven't seen it, you probably heard it with the griping, but 73 new summons issued since last month. 58 reports have been taken, 10 warrant arrests, 56 general ordinance summons. That's for crimes other than traffic. We had to shop with the cop Monday night. Appreciated the gift cards, Mayor. We ended up with 15 kids. They all had a blast. All of them went home sugared up and probably were pleasant with their food. It was a big turnout. I'll send out something to thank everybody that assisted, but I got to get a list first. We did it at Walmart Oak Grove. They gave us some things. You guys, fairs and festivals did all the wrapping, which is good because I'm not good at that. But I think that's about all I have right now.
Do you have the receipts on that?
I do.
You turn them in? Okay. Thank you. I did have a question. The judge called me today and said we'd had a couple of individuals in excess of 95 miles an hour through town. Do you know what time of day that was? He didn't have any details. He was asking about something.
One of them was right after one of our meetings because I was leaving, but it was a pursuit that it started in Blue Springs and it came through here. And that was the one that was 90 plus through here. We've issued the citations and they figured out who he was, but he ran from several different jurisdictions before he was caught. The other one, I don't think I saw that ticket, if there's another one.
Yeah, I think he said one was like 93 and one was 97 or something like that.
The 97 was that one.
Okay. So there wasn't like two guys racing or something?
No, it was two separate incidents then,
Okay.
unless one of the other ones was Donato that was chasing the guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was probably the 93 mile an hour car, because we have one run out.
Yeah.
Next up, park board.
Yes, I would like your approval tonight. I have two people that want to join the park board. Andrew and Evan Gibson is their name, and it's been approved through Casey. She's done the
Their
check.
taxes are turned in,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. They live in
Yeah.
the city. put that on, if someone would like to move to amend the agenda, we could add on, number 3, we could.
Motion to amend.
Second.
Okay, in favor of amending the agenda to approve park board candidates?
Sounds good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so the agenda has been amended,
Thank you.
and I need to learn how to spell candidate. All right, next up, planning and zoning, is it?
What, oh, sorry. Planning and zoning has a meeting on January 8th to talk about converting a business zone property to residential. I believe that's request.
Okay, I was thinking, yeah, it's, again, I could, is it that hotel or?
Yeah, the same one, 227 Hudson.
Public Works, JD, you got?
Nothing really spectacular, just, I'm looking for an employee, you know, anybody that's looking for a job, just send them my way.
Very good. Fairs and festivals, what? Take this to old business, of which we have none. First item under new business, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding Sunshine Preschool and Daycare request. You can see they're located at the First Baptist Church and request a waiver on the sprinkle system requirement. As I understand it, the previous modification to the building was done under the old NFP, and the new 2018 standards apparently require it, but the previous 2008 did not. And they're wanting to be basically grandfathered under the 08 standard instead of the 18 standard. If I understood the issue correctly.
I think that's how it is.
So moved.
So that's a motion to approve, is that what you're
Sorry,
trying to do?
yes, motion to approve.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second, but we need to discuss this a little bit.
Sure. Okay. Floor is open for discussion.
Do they not have a fire suppression system in that church at all, or do we know?
I don't know, but I'm guessing not. I would say, for point of context, that these mixed-use facilities downtown require either fire suppression or a monitored system. So I don't know if we would want to maybe offer that as an alternative to have a monitored fire monitoring system, smoke detectors and what have you, that go through a central monitoring station.
Yeah, I think we need to have something required, whether, you know, it's like you say, smoke detector or something.
Yeah, they can probably get a monitoring
Right.
system for $100 and something a month, but that's, we had to sprinkle a storage shed at work because of medical record storage, and I think it was like $19,000, and it was nothing special. It was like sprinkling this room. So, you know, it could get to where the sprinkler system costs more than the building. But I mean, but we're also talking about children's welfare, and you don't want to say, well, we were worried about $19,000 and 5 kids burned up in a building, so.
Yeah.
Kind of the other side of the coin.
And have we run this by our attorneys at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Who did you run it by, Joe?
Just, building inspector,
Building inspector.
Mark Manville.
Yeah, I'd like to run it by the attorney.
Okay.
But I like your alternative though. I mean, I understand, you know, you can't, there's some things you can't ask, you can't ask your company to, or somebody to do, but I do like that alternative if, you know, rather than us.
In point of comparison, and I don't know the answer to this, but is your school sprinkled?
Dental school? Good question. I don't know.
Just kidding. And I know.
I can find out.
Yeah, I was curious for comparison.
I know that Cordy Elementary was. I don't know about this one.
City Hall's not sprinkled.
Yeah, because if isn't there a square, there used to be like if you were greater than 13,000 square feet or something, you had to sprinkle it, and we're 12.5 or something, kept us under the limit.
Good point. I'll check that out.
Okay. Just be something to know.
Is this something that?
I'm working it every day.
I think that'd be a good idea.
When I came to these run by attorneys, and just be back on the next meeting.
So,
Move to table, so we get some answers.
Maybe they should come and represent since they're asking us. for-
That's supposed to be here. She said she was gonna be here.
It's a real Joe night.
Apparently it's a snag for them to get renew a license or something, is that what it is?
I'm sure they are, because she just contacted me last week and asked me to put it on the agenda.
Yeah,
What once provoked that conversation though, Joe? Because
I know
otherwise they
she's
could
a-
come in and just renew the license and been fine.
Yeah, I know she's a new director of the daycare, so I don't know if she's getting licensing or whatever,
Well, if
state
they did some new
licensing.
construction, do they have to get that new area certified before they can put children in there?
And
I don't know that.
No, I mean, like I said, I still got kids in there right now, but they probably going through that process.
Yeah, they
But
have-
she is the new director.
the only comment I'll make on having it monitored would be great after hours. During the day, with smoke alarms that are all tied together, are gonna do the exact same thing and better, you know?
Right.
So the monitoring part, I mean, that needs to be a discussion for sure. But if we have the smoke detectors all tied together, if a room that nobody's in catches on fire, it sets off the smoke alarm in this room also.
Right.
So they're aware and they leave. The monitoring part is only gonna be effective in the middle of the night if something happens, you know? There's
Right.
no kids in there at that point.
I
so.
think you're right. I think the smoke alarms hardwired, tied together would be sufficient, as long as they're in every room.
Yeah, and that's something that gets tested every year by the fire department. You know, they go around the
They
businesses.
do have that?
They do that, yes.
They
come
already
to my
have
buildings
that?
and do
That's
that.
already in place though for them?
It's in place for every commercial property in town. They come to mine every year.
No, he's talking about the file, having smoke detectors. in
The
each-
smokes,
Yeah.
yes. I've got to have smokes, and if you're over 18 occupancy, I believe you have to have exit signs up. There's a number right in there. I don't remember the exact number, but I think it's 18.
And there's something that they also sleep on the premises.
Yes, definitely.
The one thing, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, my house is 26 years old, and they made me put hardwire.
Yes, you got a hardwire. Hardwire is great, where, you know, a downstairs closet catches on fire, it lets you know on the whole other end of the property, so.
Talking to Joe before the meeting, they have 3 rooms that they keep kids in, but only one of those rooms has direct egress to the outside. So that's one of my concerns.
Okay. Well, I think that would be a fire, I mean, and I know we've tabled this, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's some rules about smoke compartments and egress through whether or not the compartment has certain ventilation and dampers closed and what have you, but I don't know for that size of building.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's why where my office sits, the conference room's the way it is, because we made it one smoke chamber so that we could
Lock it all
lock
up.
stuff a certain way, but, yeah, that's. I'm
Yeah.
not enough of a facilities expert to tell you.
My thing is just to make sure the lawyer said it's.
Let the lawyers be at the next meeting, so I can just give them heads up, they can get stuff working on and have it ready for the next meeting.
All right, next up, approval of resolution number 23-01. Is that the right number?
Yeah.
Is this our first resolution
Yeah.
of the year? And we wait until December. It's consider approval of resolution 2301 to allow the city administrator to sign required documents for the state revolving loan fund program. Joe can give you probably more detail than I can, the lead water.
Service line.
We're required by the feds to
Well-
check. I think it's probably up that thing in Flint,
Yeah,
Michigan.
we got a EPA's mandate that we have to inspect all the service lines in the city and determine which ones are lead service lines. As part of that, we started a grant with the Missouri Department of Natural Resources, and we got awarded $87,000. 35,000 of it was grant money, and the other 51,000 is a loan at 0% interest for 5 years. In order to get through that process, we got to have a resolution draw, and then a couple other things that I've been working on.
And this was the one, I think, if I understood what Bartlett West indicated, was we spend the $37,000 grant, we can take the $51,000 that they give us as a loan and turn around, hold it one day and pay it back with the own money. So we don't really have to take on that debt, but we can do as much as we do for $37,000.
I knew we had the asbestos lines still out there. Do we have lead pipes out there?
But this is service lines. This is a whole
These are
new.
what?
This is service lines, the lines that go from the meters to the houses. This-
Oh,
the
well,
federal government.
I didn't know that was even our.
Well, the federal
deal.
government is making us go
Yeah,
and
that's-
and
it's
search
my
to see
initiative,
how
yeah.
many feet, how many miles of lead service lines that we got into this town. And my guess, and our engineer's guess, is the next round, we gotta have this done by October 2024. My guess is the next round, they're gonna make us have some kind of program to start replacing those lines.
Well,
That was
but I thought
between
from the
the
meter to the
house
house,
and the
that's their
individual.
deal.
It is the deal, but the EPA got involved, the federal government got involved, and that's why we
They're
got
gonna
this
make the
loan.
city pay for that?
Yep.
So we might hope that the election goes such a way next time that we get a different interpretation of how this, who's responsible for what.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although I
But
don't
we
think
got,
it's
we are
listed.
responsible to inventory, because it's in our system, we got to inventory everybody's service line. And that requires literally going right behind the meters on this side, digging a hole down to the meter, see what the line is, and then going inside somebody's house if they allow us, and seeing what's coming in.
So when did they change that rule?
Last year.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's why we applied for this grant to help us
So
out.
we're responsible for everything for the.
Well, we just gotta do inventory right now. All we got is, by October of next year, we gotta tell the federal government how many feet, miles of lead service lines we've got in our town. And then from there, like I said, we suspect that they're gonna have some kind of program to get them out of our system.
And do we have, I mean, because my intuition would say that our highest risk is in the oldest part of
Yeah,
town.
yeah, they got a guideline, like if the houses were built, I think, prior to the 80s, that's what you gotta expect. So like, Osage Springs, we won't have to do, Echo Ridge, we won't have to do. It's mainly the older part of town that we're gonna
What
have
are
to
the
do.
garden hose?
Huh?
Grease are
one thing that
building
helps us-
houses and put garden
One thing that
hoses.
helps us is people listen to the house and we can see what's actually coming into the house, and then that would help us out a lot too.
I'll save you a trip, I have copper going.
So is there a
I know where the
motion,
money is.
is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, folks. Next up, the approval of park board candidates, and what did you indicate, I should know the names, it was Evelyn and,
Andrew Gibson.
and who was the other?
Evelyn and Andrew.
Oh, Evelyn and Andrew, okay, I was gonna say, I knew I thought I knew there was
Actually, it's
Evelyn.
Evan, it's Evynn.
Oh, Noel.
Is that your Christmas joke for the day?
There a requirement for length of time living in town before you become a member of the park board?
I don't know the answer to that.
No.
How long, any idea how long they lived here?
No.
More than a week?
Put breath on a mirror and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Elected officials comments.
I was just wondering about phase 3 of the street project. Is that something that we're considering doing?
Yeah, I talked to Bob and West about a month ago. It's supposed to be, we're looking at doing central, south of the railroad tracks.
Bad.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so they are looking at it, especially be getting a survey crew out to survey it. There's gonna be a lot of work that be done, because those hiding curbs, especially across the street from you.
Yeah, my street is crumbling.
That looks like that's gonna be the next big project we're gonna do.
And we have suspended the construction management. We've got a hold of them, correct?
Yeah, I called them and left the email to them.
So we've suspended that until the project actually resumes in the park. And they are supposed to, they're still, unless something's changed. Last year when I spoke, they had not worked out any deal with the alternative vendor movers.
Yeah.
So that's still on hold.
Well, I appreciate JD going out and reading everybody's meters. That's a lot of work for still the money that we spent for a system that isn't working. I mean, I just appreciate the man hours you're putting in so the city don't get caught up in the guessing on the meters because of that system.
How many do we still have that are not operating?
I think it was like 125.
So the number's going up.
Yes. We, we're in contact with an individual from Wellington, and he actually went through up there in Wellington, and he redone their system, and he's gonna come aboard on the weekends when he's available, and we're gonna get this knocked out together. Because I wanna get it done right on our end, so then if something does happen, it'll be on their end again, and they can't say nothing to us.
What's the issue here? I guess I don't understand what's.
Well, it's what it is we get refurbished meters and MIUs and all that. And if we're on one system, and if another, like say Lexington's on a different system, and if the person that redoes or refurbishes them don't go in and change the systems out, we're doing it on their system, and we ain't gonna read what the crap here.
Should you said something on the responsibility on the other end? They know, I mean, is it Windwater or whoever we got those from?
Jerry from Windwater, he's our sales rep, and when we have a problem, we get a hold of him, and he gets a hold of them. If not, we get a hold of them, and
because if they're giving us a meter that's not compatible with our system, the expectation would be that they know what system we have, and that they should have some culpability as far as getting those operational.
well, exactly, and they've been out here twice, and so they know exactly what we're on, and if they're not our firmware, I mean, they need to update their stuff to our stuff, or our stuff to their stuff, so we wouldn't have this problem.
Can we check with Steve and them? I think we owe them still, what, about $50,000 for those things, and see what leverage we have. Can we hold payment or something until they get those fixed? I mean, we owe, I think they have an obligation to sustain, to support their product.
Well, we gotta remember, they already got paid, that was the loan from the bank that we owe money to.
Okay.
And didn't you say that there's a city who took the system and got a lawsuit against them right now?
Yeah, they got hacked. Yeah.
What city was that?
So the guy's from Wellington, but this, like Lexington, say for instance, Lexington's on a different firmware.
Yeah.
And if they don't go in, they don't boot it all the way out and delete it and put our firmware in there, we're still running off of their firmware. And that means we ain't gonna be able to read what the crap.
The handhold is not gonna,
Yeah.
it's kind of like not being on your network.
Wellington
Right.
and Lexington got the same system as we do, exact same system. So like I said, the guy from Wellington is willing to come over and help us on the weekend and knock out these meters, because he went to all of those and got, because they had the same problem.
And I appreciate that, and I mean, obviously, he's gonna wanna be compensated for his time, but I just think Windwater we should look
Yeah.
and see, I mean, let Steve and them see if there's any kind of implied merchantability or something there that we could leverage to help get that taken care of, because
How
this has
long?
been literally years.
Years, right, and they were out here earlier in the year, right, and said in 72 hours we'll have all this knocked out, and that didn't
Yeah,
happen.
and we went from 83 to 120.
Yeah.
We got knocked out, it didn't. So,
Right.
thank you. Any, I think that was an official's comment, any other official comments?
Man,
I'm sorry?
My turn? Is that what you, yeah?
you got a request that you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I have a couple things I wanted to run past you guys. So we're scheduled for a Bloody Mary bar again on January the 13th on the Saturday morning from 11 to 2. It's cold outside, so we're not probably gonna be hanging out on the sidewalk. But we might be going across the street to the Chandelier Room, like when somebody gets their drink and their plate of food, then they have to usually have somewhere to sit in my space, and there's maybe not gonna accommodate. We have 850 people interested in this event right now. They're not all coming, but I'm just anticipating a larger head count than usual. So I just wanted to ask you for approval to give you a heads up. We're not gonna be hanging out on the street, but I think we will be going across, maybe to the Chandelier Room with a drink and a plate, maybe coming back. That'll be 11 to 2 on that Saturday. So that's that. And then the other thing is, I do have my Sunday license to serve. I haven't really done that unless it's been like a private event. But I would like to be open on Sundays in the afternoon, like once a month. So I just want to give you a heads up about that. We won't be doing anything wild or crazy, but probably have some live music inside with some kind of singer-songwriter thing, nothing exceptional, but just wanted to run that past everybody. On the Bloody Mary bar, I do need a letter from the city that says that you guys are okay with that, so that I can go to alcohol and tobacco. I pay an extra $10 for an event license so that we can actually open carry from my space to across the street. So I make sure that we're good that way too. But I do need the letter from the city that says that you guys are okay with that too.
Is
So
anything
that's-
required for the space across the street?
I'm sorry?
Is anything required for the space across the street?
No, it's not. If I've got the event license, we're good.
Okay.
I'll just be paying for rental space from the chandelier room, so.
Can we wait until the lawyer comes? I'm okay with it, I just wanna make sure that the lawyer's okay with it.
And we've been through this, I think.
Yeah, we've already been down this road.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
The lawyer says okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm okay with it.
Okay. Because I need
Do
a
we
couple
okay
weeks.
that now?
Well, and so just general process, so you guys know it's a couple of weeks, they prefer, alcohol and tobacco prefers a couple of weeks' notice so they can have time. So I want to get a process down for
So if we
me.
could get the letter out next week, then
Yeah.
that would give
That'd
you a
be
couple
great.
weeks before the event.
That'd be super, because if I got a process that works for you guys, then I know, time-wise, how to back up my timeline, so I have enough time to get everything done that I need to do so that everybody's covered. So, if we can do that, then next week would be great with a letter, and if you're okay with the Sunday thing, like I said, that's not anything crazy and other than what I'm already doing, except it is on a Sunday, so.
I think there's probably two different motions, one to approve sending the letter, and then the other to approve the Sunday operation.
I'll make a motion to approve the letter for that event.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We'll get you a letter.
Great, thank you.
And motion on the Sunday.
Then I'll make a motion to be open on Sunday.
I'll second that as well.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sounds like you got a Sunday and a letter on the way. Will you get that letter, Joe? Or?
Yeah, I can get it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
He's gonna
Great.
stop by.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open all the stuff anyway.
Thanks.
Well, if there's nothing else, I guess we would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
How about